So you probably saw day one of this journey that I'm embarking on, fully trusting, believing in God to do a miracle, pretty much. Um, so day two, um, it's the end of the night, and there's just a lot of emotions. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm about to do my nightly devotional. I told myself instead of always doing a morning devotional and devoting myself to Christ, let's do a night devotional. I'm just taking you guys along this journey because it is a rough one. I have never not had a safety net. And right now, I have none, like none. We're literally believing in God that January and February's rent will get paid. Um, and just fully just trusting him and just what I realized through like yesterday, today, um, is that documenting this journey is not really it. I believe by faith that God is going to do it. And just seeing that in real time, seeing that He's going to do it and not for the purpose of paying it or however He's going to do it. We're going to see together how He does it or what just happens at this point. And doing this raw video of this of my journey literally every day and what it feels like to be in such a uneasing feeling, but just seeing the faith that it takes or just seeing that just jumping into Christianity is not all roses. Like even if it doesn't happen, I still put my confidence, my joy, my everything in the Lord because of where I'm sitting at right now. Like every day from, I'm just sitting here like, wow, like the Lord really put me in this house. And I'm like, I don't want you, please don't take it away. But it's like, why would a loving God give you something and take it away? Sometimes He does that. But I'm not honoring this townhouse. I'm literally receiving it as a gift. So, you know, reading my devotional, I don't know if I should read it right now on camera. I don't know. All I know is you guys are going along with me through this journey, through each and every day. And yesterday I posted on Podcastle because I kind of want to do it on a podcast and on YouTube. And it took forever to load. And I thought I lost the footage. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. I don't, n- not even for the sake of like the YouTube and you guys, like this is for you guys. It's also for myself to look back and see what God does within this year, what God does within this month. Um, and it's crazy because, like I shared, it's December. Everybody should be happy, joyous. It's December. I literally have no tree up, no decorations. And that's only because I have just in the Bible read certain things and I just don't want to celebrate. I don't want those things in my house. Like, so it has nothing to do with financial purposes at this point. Why don't I just, it has left my body and my desire to actually celebrate that. The most important thing of this whole Christmas season is our King was born. And so that is what we celebrate. That's what I'm going to be celebrating with friends and family, but it is just such an uncomfortable spot where I'm just like, dang, I can't even give. But what I did do is I went to go volunteer with autism and Down syndrome, um, like adults. They were adults. They were doing a Christmas party. It was so cute. They were so cute. So I was like passing out food and just talking to them and just seeing how spiritually inclined they were. Just like when your subconscious is not even conscious of what you are dealing with, it is such a remarkable, it makes me happy. Like I know I'm going through something, but they live out loud with what they're going through. And I was telling one of the social workers, like, we get to go home and soak in our misery and in our like challenges, right? I get to go home and just like, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm believing by faith that it's going to happen, right? But I don't have to go out in public, out in this world and declare it to the world. Well, I kind of am, right? um that something is going on. This is a choice though. This is a choice to do this. They don't have a choice to do that. They don't have a choice to be out and in our eyes live in dysfunction, but it's not dysfunction. It is, I believe that when you have a disability, you're actually greater than what we are. You're living in a spiritual realm. Your body doesn't compute with this world. This is a fallen world. So that is exactly why Down syndrome, autism, I believe happens is that you've literally come from a spiritual world, you came down to a fallen world, and some disconnect happened. But they're so smart. They're like smarter than us. Like it's like, and the way that they live is just so joyful, even though they're going through that. So I just took myself out of it. And how that all came about too. Like I dropped off my daughter to school, I came back, I worked out, and I got a text message. And it's funny what God about this is that when he directs your life, or when he kind of like shows you this is what you should be doing today, that takes you through a whole different life. Like you didn't plan your day, he did it, and it became such an amazing day. Like going booking, like not even booking, but you gotta sign up, right, to serve. But like going to my daughter's dentist appointment, talking to one of the front desk people that I've seen for years now. She's engaged. So exciting. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. And then, talking to her about, my business and stuff like that. And then, going to this Christmas party with taking myself out of what I'm going through. I think sometimes when you soak and you stay in the misery, that is not good. You want to get out of that. You want to find something that's going to, I don't know why it says like in my head, like ease the pain, but it makes it it makes it better. You're dying to yourself to help someone else. So, I was just like, God, thank you for leading me here. Like, it didn't make the situation go away, but it made the day better. And like that day today was just so much better because of it. Now, does it because you had that day, because you're, on a high, does it negate the feelings that I'm having? No, because I'm still crying. I'm still going through it. It's because it's this still uncertainty, even though, y'all, all day today has been like, got like signs, like nonstop. He's gonna come through. He's gonna do it. But when you're a business owner and you rely on God to bring you clients and you rely on God to do something, you're just like, hey, it's really just uncomfortable because the uncertainty. When you go to a job, it's still an uncertainty. Like they could fire you at any moment, right? So it's still the uncertainty there as well. But there's still some type of, okay, there's some type of cushion there. And I'm like, Lord, what are you trying to teach me? And I'm like, it's really fully trusting him. So you guys are seeing it in real time, like a disciple of God, someone that loves God so much, literally relying on him. And I'm like, I want to document this. I have to document this because one day somebody will watch this and just say, you know what? I'm going through that too. Or you might be going through it too right now. Let's go through it together. Let's find ways to, not cope with it, but standing on scriptures that, Romans 8:18 just popped up. I don't know if you guys see numbers. We will get into that. That's a whole other thing on numbers. I hate that new age spirituality has taken that because God can speak to you in so many ways. And when you use those numbers and you apply them to the scriptures, and then you also apply them to like the strong concordance, you guys, you will be blown away of how God speaks to you through numbers. God speaks. I just asked a friend today too, like, how does God speak to you? She's like, through my Holy Spirit, like discernment, and then through dreams. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like me, it's, I can hear him audibly. I have visions and then numbers as well. And I love, like, it's like a mystery. Like the Bible is a mystery. So when you're looking up these numbers, you're like, what are you trying to say to me today? Because like numbers are fascinating and they change. To me, they change every day. Like it's a new number, a new something every day. So like, um, me and my boyfriend, when we see these, we're just like, okay, 111 is like transitioning, like we're about to transition. And my friend today was just like, you're just going through a transition. Like this was the old you, but look at what the new you he's doing. And everything is like, everything's new. So I'm like, okay, yeah. And every time I talk about him and I'm immersed in him, I feel better. The presence feels better. Um, this feels right for some reason. Um, Even though I am so private and to share vulnerability, y'all. But we're me and you, whoever can relate. Because even if you're not going through, and this is a blessing season for you, you're looking at me like, girl, go do something with your life. This is me doing something. This is, I feel like, what he wants me to do. He had given me the vision of a podcast, and I started a podcast with my friend. And I've noticed that, he just keeps on like podcast, visual. And, like I said, I feel like we've missed a mark with showing what leaving a relationship look like and trusting God in that and having faith and feeling uncovered. And I was actually covered versus now we are fully dependently like trusting God to do a miracle big time. Um and there's so many possible ways in my head that I'm like, okay, you can do this way, you could do this way. And it's like he's telling me you're not going to know how this is even going to plan out. I got this. Um and it's even the doubt in my head, you guys, like, you know, the stupid devil in my head that says like, you really think he's gonna do, like, you really think that he's gonna do it? But then it's like my faith is like, he's done it before. I have evidence on, you know, not being like, I had evidence of not being able to pay my rent last year in June. I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to pay in June. And my friend was over, and it was May, and she was like, hey, are you available to be on a movie set to do makeup? And I was just like, oh my God, yes. And she was like, it's really low. It's really like low budget. They're paying X amount. I was like, I tallied it up and I was like, that's low budget. If that's low budget, I'm taking it. Because not did it only pay my rent, but sustained me for like 2 months and paid like 2 months of living expenses and my rent. So like I was okay. Plus that carried me with like my business, because then the following months my business did really well. So I was like ahead of the game because I had income that no clue was coming. Um, the thing about that is that when she asked me, I think it was like the beginning of like May. So once I knew like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna start the end of May, our first paycheck, I can pay, I'll pay rent with what I have, and then, the trickle will go on. So you know, it was like a reassuring, but right now it is solely like, I have no idea. I have no freaking idea. Um, so yeah, usually around this time, I just want to document this day. It was a good day. I'm feeling the emotions. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna do my devotional. I pray that you guys do your devotional. Um, I pray that you all are doing well. And if you're struggling, you're going through something, I pray that God rushes in with his spirit and just comforts you. And the only way you're going to have that is if maybe you take 5 minutes and read a scripture. Open up that Bible that you have not opened up for years, that literally sits on your coffee table or on the side of your bed, and it has been just sitting there. Turn me off, go spend more time with him. And I think a lot of what this is a lot of people are on here, but this is just a vessel to get you started on your journey. Um, because the more time you spend with him, I'm not gonna say the struggles go away. The struggles don't, because we don't know what God uses so that you can be close to him. So right now, my struggle is that I've had so much comfortability in my life that he's using uncomfortableness to make a new way of saying, look, I'm here. You're comfortable in me. And that's all you need, is to be comfortable in me. So I might not look distressed. And maybe it's because I'm not supposed to look distressed. I'm not, like, when we fast, we're not supposed to look hungry. Um, where I'm not supposed to look like that. I'm supposed to look like I have all the peace in the world, because I do. I have peace. Um, because what is the worst that can happen? What we know is that people, things, all of it can go away. But when I hear people say everything can go away, but I have everything because I have God, it's because the peace, the joy, the happiness, this sound mind, the assurance that God gives us through words, no one can take that away. So you can take everything else away, but you cannot take what He puts physically inside of you unless someone kills you. But that too, to be absent of the body is to be with Christ. So technically, you don't lose at all. But going through this really sucks because I really want to go get a job that bad. And I know that's not the answer. If it was the answer, something would have come up and it would have been like, here you go. So that's why I'm like, you know what, Lord? You want me to do these videos. You want me to document this journey. So here I am. I'm not gonna waste another year. I'm not gonna do another year without doing this because this is like the kick in the butt. The kick in the butt that we don't like, that we're just sitting here and we're just like, dang, we just got forced into doing it. Don't be like me. Don't get forced into doing something that, dang, you really could have learned 2 years ago. Because if I would have just did these videos 2 years ago, I probably would be in a different position and probably mentally healing. Like it just would have just been different. Yeah. If I have anything to share, I'll add on to this video. I don't like Podcaster was great. I definitely will use them. They definitely rectify because if you're watching this one, that means you watched the other one. They rectified the first video, so great. But I'm definitely going to start just recording on here because I don't got time for that. And yeah, I thought making these videos I would have nothing to talk about, but you have so much to talk about when you're going through something. So if you stood through the whole video, I thank you for even watching. We're just gonna see what tomorrow holds, and if tomorrow's the day that, ta-da, um, something happens. So I'm just gonna count on that, and I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna spend time with God, and maybe tomorrow I'll let you guys join in on a devotional. I really like my time with Him to be sacred, and it's kind of, all of this is new to me, like filming and going deep into my life. So it's like, if I hear Him call me like, hey, you got to share these devotionals with them, I will. um but yeah, I'm gonna tap out of this one for today, and I will come and let you guys know my update tomorrow. These videos might be long, these videos might be short. I just want to update you on what goes on every day until maybe something happens and that we're assuring that something will happen before the 1st and definitely before the 5th. Because North Carolina does not play, y'all. Like as soon as you're late, it's like you're out of there. So like eviction notice happens, but we're not gonna think on that. We're gonna think positive. Like it's gonna all work out. It's going to all work out. Even in your life, it's going to all work out. All right. I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm done. I don't want to talk no more. I feel like I still want to cry. Um, why am I still holding this microphone? I don't know. Why is it still on? All right. I'm gonna go spend time because I feel like I need it. I feel like I need it. You know. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.